Alrighty, welcome back. We are on episode number 124 of Divinity Original Sin, Part 1, the Enhanced Edition. So, the last episode, we went around Lukula Forest and cleared up all the little areas that I marked to go back to. So, we went over here to the Pavilion of Death here, and found the secret that I had missed. Killed the mushrooms over here at the Witch's Cap and various other things. And now we're going to head back to the end of time, check out our chest to see if we have anything good for our divine loot. Then I believe we are going to start looking for some spells and probably respecing at this point. I'll show you why when we get to the Scoundrel Vendor. Unfortunately, this is going to be a tedious process, but that's just the way they made it. Alright, where is our... Actually, that's... don't know which one doesn't stack. I don't know if even if they can stack. Okay, where we at here? 9, I'm missing something. I have bartering on. Okay. That looks perfectly horrible. Let's see. No, it didn't look too bad. Shadow Step, we do need that, but I think we already have it. Let's go ahead and put on our... This has potential. This has potential. 2 Constitution, 1 Leadership, 3 Initiative. Farseer, don't care. Immunity blind, really, but losing 96 hit points. Lose the hit points to gain 3 initiative and a constitution. That's a significant amount of hit points. 390. She goes up a little bit. That has some potential there. That would be replacing that if we did that. Oh, fuck off. That's horrid. 101 hit points and wow. That's quite the crit chance. 10%. Shitty base damage. 1 leadership. I don't really need leadership on the sword. She's got it on the helm. So, plus it's level 20, can't use it yet without the penalty. Even if you did, you put the Tormented Soul on it, it would only be 1 strength, 1 dex. You lose a constitution, pill power, hit points, and the base damage. No, I mean 10% chance to fucking crit though, that's huge. Okay, so overall, it's not worth it. I want to get 2 good items or 2 usable items. I hopefully or 1 item that's just like I can't pass up, and this is not it. I can pass that up. I can pass this up here. It's not as impressive as I would want it. Yeah, I think we'll pass this up. Okay, that's a shame. I'll have to come back again at some other point in time. So now let's head over to Cicele, North Gate. Alright. So, unfortunately, at the beginning of the game, the fast track ability is the better scoundrel ability to use. However, there is a better ability now that can replace fast track. And it's called adrenaline. And adrenaline looks like this.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
Okay. So, this is adrenaline here. Borrow action points from your next turn. You'll have less action points to spend during your next turn. So, 100% chance to immediately gain an extra 50% of your turn action points, but lose 75% of your total action points next turn. So at early levels, this sucks. It gimps you, but at the higher levels now, this thing is just awesome. Basically, it almost turns you into a one-shot kind of machine. So even though you're losing a lot of your second turn, you're able to do so much more on your first turn that you can damn near kill the entire counter. Wand. Let's see if anything else here. Whoa, get out there, I don't want to do that yet. 75, this is plus 1.1 movement, huh? 75 hit points. 9 strength. That would be worth getting for that. Okay, we might have to pick that up. Alright, so unfortunately, the way this game works is that this is what we currently have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 novice spells, but when you go to your abilities and go to your skills, and you see your scoundrel, all you ever get is 6 spells. You're not going to get any more than that. I don't think I have anybody at 5 yet to show it. Expert marksman's at 4. So if you see going to level 5, you get 6. So that's it. At level 5, that's your cap. You have 6 Nova spells, 4 adept, and 2 master. So there is no way to get adrenaline on this character because you can't scribe it. So you have to respec. There's no way to get around it. So that means that you have to buy every spell that you have currently and replace them because that's the only way to respec. And it is a tedious it's a tedious process because you have to go and find all the spells for everybody you want to respec. Well, everybody I have, they use fast track. Every one of them. So I need to respec every single one of them. However, there is a caveat to this, unfortunately. Jahan won't allow himself to be respect. He's you have to deal with the demon, and when we were up there, when we first encountered the demon, I showed you that when you talk to him, the demon with Jahan, Jahan just refuses to even interact with it. So Jahan can't respec. So that means one of his novice spells has to be replaced. So if we look at Roderick here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we replace Fast Track with Adrenaline. He has Lacerate, Precision, Venomous Strike, Walk in Shadows, and Winged Feet. So since Jahan already has Winged Feet, Walk in Shadows, and Fast Track, he has to use one of these slots here for adrenaline. So he has both adrenaline and fast track, and that means he's going to have to lose one of these 3 Nova spells. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is he's just going to have to sacrifice one of these. That does more damage. That does more damage. I guess the Venomous Strike. Probably. So he's just not going to get Venomous Strike. He's going to get Lacerate and Precise Incision and then Adrenaline. So the second problem is that vendors don't have multiple books, so you have to wait for them to replenish their stock or find multiple vendors. So there are multiple scoundrel vendors we have open to us, so hopefully we can do this. So the process now is really tedious because you have to figure out what spells you have and what spells you need and go through a whole thing of describing the spells or creating the spells. So that's what we're going to start now. And yeah, so this is kind of a tedious process. So let's see. Best way to do it. I need to get bartering on for what I have right now. Get bartering. Do I already have bartering? I do. I have bartering on. Okay. So as far as I know, you can't create scoundrel abilities. So I don't have to worry about describing part of that, so we can go ahead and purchase what we need off of this guy and sell what we need. And we're going to have to end up crafting a lot of stuff on Jahan in order to do this, because we're going to go through a lot of money. We're going to go
How
through a lot of money.
gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
Especially if we find equipment like this that's actually upgrades to our characters when we go. So if you look at this, I'm looking at Madura here, so don't care about the resistance. We're gaining a little bit of the hit points. We're gaining the movement though, and we're getting the armor rating, which isn't terribly important, but the movement is really nice. So we're going to get that. Oh my god, a 2-speed fucking ring. Oh my god. No, man, we're gonna have to craft a lot less. The 2-speed ring. Are you kidding me? Fucking finally, something really good. That's just fucking awesome. Alright, so we need that. We're gonna need adrenaline. Every character that we respect loses all their skills, so we're gonna need all of the skills. And I'm going to buy some of the skills that we were saving on to pick up now. So I'm gonna take a look at Roderick here and see what we're going to do with him for sure. So Roderick. So Jahan is what? Jahan will get become heir, but I don't know if he has it. We'll hold off on that for a second. So we definitely gonna have to get a Wing Fate for sure. To replace Roderick's Venomous Strike, we're gonna need that. We don't need Fast Track, obviously. Walk in Shadows, we're gonna have to replace. Lacerate, we're going to have to replace. Precise Incision, we have to replace. And I think even Jahan's gonna be able to describe those now. So, all right. All right, so switch up to Roderick. And you can see the difference now when you go to the bartering, how much you are actually getting. Alright, we'll do this by, I don't know if I've improved these. I don't know if I've improved those. If they're my inventory, I probably already improved them. You know, I could probably improve every fucking weapon and just get more money out of that. Hmm. Yeah. Alright. We'll micromanage that maybe later. Death Punch we're not going to use. That's we're not going to use. You know, we haven't been using any of these fucking potions. I mean, at this point, I might sell those off just to get money. Resurrect Skill Book. Don't need. Shackles of Pain. We are going to respec Medora, so we're going to need that. It's kind of weak. Alright. So, yeah, we're gonna go through a ton here. I'll leave that. Let's go ahead and get Jahan to where he's got his crafting gear on. Alright, well, what I need now is a free backpack. Something I can start putting spells in. In fact, I think Medora has one. Let's just... Okay. Let's take a look at this. We're not going to do that, and that we're going to use. This is also going to necessitate a reworking of your entire hotbar system, so we're going to have to mess with that too. So I'm going to give her the scrolls for now. That we don't need. Alright, so we have to redo both Medora and Scarlet, so we need to keep these two for the redo. We're going to need that. Hail attack times 2. Jahan's going to go up to Hydrosophis 4, and so is Scarlet, so we need that. Shadow Step, Jahan will go up to 5 there. He'll need that. So that's Arrow Thurge. Yeah. Jahan and probably Roderick will use that. And we're going to redo Roderick. So, and I think, yeah, we're gonna have to have another Undead Decapitator. We're gonna need a second one for Scarlet. So we're gonna need a second Undead Decapitator. Kind of kicking myself in the ass because I think I sold some of those. We're gonna redo everything as far as potions and hot bars go and food goes. In fact, we've got so many potions now we may not need to even worry about using food anymore. So we'll start combining all this stuff. I was saving the strength stuff for possibly switching her over to strength build armors, but I don't think I'm gonna ever get to a point I can do that unless it's strength dex on the same piece, so I can get rid of these now. We're gonna go ahead and just get rid of all this right here. I don't know if we can sell the enlightened amulets or not. I'll try. Let's see what happens. Leandra spell. She doesn't need that anyway. Alright, we've got 1,000 of these. We don't need as much, that's for sure. Let's get to the point where I'm selling just about everything I don't need now in order to... I don't know if we still need this shambling one or not. It still has 2 uses. We only come across 1 shambling oak. Maybe we'll come across more sometime. Poison cheese. Arrows. At this point, there's really no point in having this many silver arrows. We can just get rid of all this. We've got 50 here. That's plenty of silver arrows. I don't know if it's worth even converting them to silver arrows for money, or if it's better just to sell off the arrowhead when you create it. Spells. We're gonna have to rework our hotbar system completely. Yeah, these we're gonna keep. Pickpocketing. I'm missing a pickpocketing. What happened to a pickpocketing? What was it? Did I have it in the boots already? Is that what's going on? Yeah, I have it on the boots now. I don't need it. Okay, by type, so... Oh, I wanted to get the backpack from her to him. Actually, you know what? Let's put this on her since she doesn't have that many backpacks, and it'd be easier to see what's going on. Chain lightning. Okay, so Jahan right now, Jahan can go ahead and, I think he can go ahead and do that. And we know he's not getting that, so he's going to get lacerate, precision, and we have that. So I think he can go ahead and scribe these 3 now. Adrenaline, lacerate. So we are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all he can do. What is his current skill level? He has 2 adepts. He is currently at 3, so he can do a 3rd adept now. 3rd adept now. And did he have daggers drawn, eye gouge? So he can get become air. So we can get become air here. Let's go save that.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
So he can get become air. Alright, so now we have to look at our witchcraft spells too. So we definitely have to replace destroy summon on Roderick. He's definitely going to have to replace Oath of Desecration. We have to replace Rapture on Scarlet. Oh wait, you know what? We might be able to actually get all those through... okay, we know we can't get Vampiric Touch through the scroll, creating the scrolls, because we tried that earlier, and whatever reason it doesn't let you create that book. Alright, so the other ones we can try to create through the system. Although we never were able to get Rapture through that system. I never did see Rapture pop up, so I'm going to go ahead and take Rapture because I don't believe that's possible to actually create Rapture. I don't think it is. I know we can get Destroy Summon, Oath of Desecration. I don't know if we can get Decaying Touch. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a tedious process. Guys, this is going to take a long while, honestly, to go through this. This is going to be hours and hours of doing this. Yeah, you know, at this point, just get rid of everything that I don't... here. Okay. Yeah, that's it already. That. Okay. So... become air. So he can use this now. Or become air. And that is what he can do for now. His other adept will be Cloak and Dagger, and we have Shadow Step, which is going to be his his only master. So we'll get him up to 4. He'll get that as a master. Alright, so that means these are replacements for Roderick. Okay. So I need to get a lot of parchment and a lot of witchcraft. Scrolls. We're gonna need a bunch of these. So I need to get a lot of parchment. Okay. Let's head back to the end of time. Let's see if I have anything here already, or am I gonna have to buy the parchment? I don't know if I have any wood or if I can make parchment. Alright, let's see what we have here. We're gonna have to make a lot of stuff for gold, I think. Alright, so Jahan, let's pick up. In fact, you know what? Just get all this. We're gonna end up selling a lot of stuff. I'm gonna get this. The buckets could stay. Let's go ahead. So this is gonna be a little bit of crafting, a little bit of everything on this one. We're just gonna start selling everything we don't need and splitting up things. I don't know why I just... when we respec Medora, we are going to get out of the talent 5-star dinner because we already have the water boost. So, and we have so many potions now that we can survive without having the food, honestly. Okay. That we can actually drop off and get rid of too. Switch these. So I'll be selling off a lot of dinners. This. Okay. Vampiric Touch. Rapture. Let's just leave these out. Vampiric Touch. Okay, so that's Rapture for her. Vampiric Touch. she can get the undead decapitator first. Okay. He's at 5 and 5. I got all my stuff on. Let's save this. Let's go to crafting.
Potent heat.
Stick this on.
I'm overheating here.
Alright, so for craft here, let's start with objects and go through it. Witchcraft scrolls. Okay, now we're gonna do that, but not like that. Steel bars, no. Stardust, yes. Sinew. I don't know. I think I remember looking at that. I don't know if you get more for making a quill or not. Oh, that's the fancy feather. Let's check out one of the regular feathers. You get 1 for doing that. If we craft and create a quill, get more for that or not. I don't know how to see the quill. Did I not create it? There it is. Now you just get 1. There's no difference between the feathers and the quills at all. Okay. Whatever. Alright, well, let's get all 69 of them. Wonder if that turned the fancy ones into a quill too, huh? I don't think I want to do that then. I'll turn the fancy ones into a quill. We don't need to do that. Okay. Alright, let's do this again. You know, I wonder, have I done that before? We'll craft. Let me try something. Let's craft. What's a pixie dust at? Pixie dust. Magical fancy feather, but if we use that in. So it's 165, 325. Oh, that's just not going to be worth it, is it? Other than to get that. Okay, so we have a new recipe there, but it's not worth combining the ingredients to do that. Similar headdresses worn by the lizard mystics symbolize the unfettered mind's ability to soar beyond the confines of Rivalon. Anyway, so it's not worth spending the pixie dust, nor the combination once you do make it. It's just not worth it. Send all that off. Oh, that can be used. Yes, if you combine this dye with. So we picked this up long ago. I don't know where it was, but if we combine it with a cloth, we pick up Trenton's old robes, 1 intelligence and a lot of resistances. So these are Trenton's. But you can wear them for now. I assume Trenton's some kind of programmer or something to do with the game. Anyway, actually, really good AC. I mean, armor rating on it for cloth, but not good enough for anything else, so that can go away. Okay. What else was I going to do over here? Still don't know what this is for. I know we need magical stars for those, which we don't have. Okay, so go back in here. We can open up his inventory, find our keys. You know what? Nah. I think we can use all of those right there, all the old stuff, for parchment, as parchment, but I'd rather not. I don't know if you lose it. I think you probably just lose it. So you only need one key to do that. Okay. So you only ever need to copy one key. Alright, so we'll just leave that key there so that he has it in his inventory to do that every time I want. Alright, so that creates that back here. Where are we at? We can create the iron bars. Steel. No, we don't want to create steel. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do any of this. Bone dust, those are all of the ones that were on Medora. It's just not worth spending the AP to do that anymore. I am going to need witchcraft books. Backpack, okay, food items. So we're going to end up selling a lot of this food, if not all of it. Probably all of it. So, is there a way to make a sheet of paper? I need a mush of wood, and to get a mush of wood, I need wood chips, and to get wood chips, I need... Is that the only way to get wood chips? I need to have actual wooden logs. Fuck. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna have to buy parchment. Yep, I'm gonna have to buy parchment. I need branches. I've got 2 branches. Oh wait, what is this? It's a wooden stick. Why? Wooden log. So it says I only have 1 branch. Oh, these aren't even. Damn it! I can't even do anything with those. We're gonna probably sell off a lot of these potions too. If not all of them. So I couldn't do that. I need to keep 1 branch for any fire resistance potion and this. Any fire resist potion, huh? Alright, let's double check something. Go back in here again. Recipes. Go to potions first. So I only have 3 potion bottles. I need more potion bottles. Then I can create these. These are terrible. Those we don't ever want to use again. Earth resistance. We're gonna need to buy a lot of potion bottles. I mean a ton of them. A ton of potion bottles. Okay. Don't need to change that or that. Okay. So to get explosives, it's any fire resistance. So what fire large? We can just get rid of all the fire resistance, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Get rid of all the fire resistance. So that should be 3 of those. Okay. Make the arrowheads. That makes the arrows. Okay. Knock down arrow. Yeah, we can do that. 2 of those. No, not that. Yep, that's the only thing you can do with those. And again, I don't know if it's worth creating the arrow or not. I already sold them off. Okay, let's take a look. If we save this, if we look at the shaft, so it's 25 with that. If you combine it for the arrow, one of those. So yeah, it's worth creating the arrows simply to sell them. It's actually really good. You get a nice return on your investment on that. Anyway, so good to do that. Let's go ahead and look at the other ones. Slow down arrow head. Bottle filled with oil. Bottle filled with oil. Alright, well yeah, we can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna need to buy wood arrow shafts, maybe. Any air resistance. Any water resistance. Okay, so arrow shaft, I need the branch. I don't have nightmare grenade on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just blow one just to have it. So if we combine our tormented soul with, I think it's this one, the empty canister, that creates a nightmare grenade. It's a waste of a tormented soul, but I want to go ahead and get that in the recipe book. So there's one I don't know how to create. I don't know how to create the smoke grenade. Maybe it's just a bottle of oil? If I can find it. It's not a shadowy essence. Do I have a bottle of oil anywhere? Empty bottle. I thought I had bottles of oil. I guess I have to create more bottles of oil. Let's head over here and create. Let's go ahead and make 22 of those. Cup of oil. I don't know what I'm saving the cups for. I don't really need to create cups of oil at this point though, do I? Okay, so now 22 bottles of oil should do. Combine that with a canister. No. Okay, so I'm not sure what you need to do to create a smoke grenade. Yeah. Craft recipes. Grenades, okay. I don't want to use the 9-inch nails there because we use those for the buff on the feet. Don't want to use those yet. We can do that. Firestorm grenades. I could do that. Meteor grenade. Don't want to use the essences yet. Don't want to do that. Razzle dazzle. That's a whole lot of them for that. Empty canisters. But we have a bunch of them. I don't think there's any other use for jelly room. Yeah, all those. don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Okay, so that means we can throw the rest of them onto here. There. Alright, so that's those. Alright, I went through these. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Yeah, we're not going to do any of that. Superior. Alright. So now we can start using some of the iron and whatnot and start crafting stuff to sell. That can be sold. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have to get parchment, pixie dust, and we got all kinds of shit we gotta get for doing this. Alright, what are we gonna craft here? I can craft stuff with the scraps, I can craft stuff with this, alright. Let's start with getting rid of these. We don't need the steel bars, those can go away. I don't know if it's worth converting this into large pieces and crafting large pieces or not. If we do one sword and do one of these. That was the silver 793. So obviously, the superior sword. I mean, it might be just that one version of it, but it's 1500, so definitely don't want to do this. So that can go to Roderick. So Jahan, we're gonna craft. No. The one-handers. Superior axe. This is a steel bar. Okay, we can do those. And do like 20 of these. Okay. So let's see how long this lasts us in our adventure to secure all our spells. Okay, all of this goes to him. Jahan can move around still, so we're gonna go ahead and keep all the stuff on Jahan at this point. You know, while we're here, we may have spent enough time in here to have this, or spent enough time in the game to have this reset. So let's go over here and take a look at this and see if it's got something new for us. So save this. Let's throw out our happy days. We are still not in that. I hate that. Wish I could get Lucky Charm and bartering on the same one. I'm missing something still. How am I missing two? How do I keep putting that back on? Bad. Alright.
Back on my feet again.
It did reset. Okay, let's see what we have here. Map. Some more master. Some more master. I have to figure out who's gonna get that. That's gonna be her. We'll have to upgrade that. I don't know who's gonna get this. We'll hold off on that. So what do we pick up here? Avatar? Whatever. Tribal. 2 Constitution, 101 hit points. That's a shit ton of hit points. Holy crap. And it's... anybody can wear that. I mean, that is a ton of hit points. I need her to have leadership, so she can't have it. Armor Specialist is unlocked on her. We're gonna have to unlock Armor Specialist on something, I think. No, yeah, we're gonna actually respec Madura. She's gonna pick up Armor Specialist too. So other than losing the Armor Specialist, this is better for him. Shit. And it's definitely better for him. So this has potential. So we have one item that's useful. What about this? It's a cool looking axe, though, isn't it? Baleful. A dark and menacing axe. One blade is mysteriously much better tended than the other. 10% chance of crit. But yeah. It won't be anywhere near as good as the other weapons at that level. Oh, good lord. Okay, so yes, this is the winner. Save. Alright. So this is definitely the winner. Unfortunately, it doesn't have leadership. If that helm had leadership, that would be awesome. Then I could change her out. But okay, so let's take a look at all 3 of these. Okay. So Madura has leadership. She needs the leadership, so she can't change that out. But if we look at 54 Constitution, all right. Let's do this. Go back to here. Give that to him. Alright, if we put this on. I don't care about the Farseer. 897 hit points. Yeah, it's like tons more. Okay. Tons more hit points. So then we go to Jahan, see which one he wants to have now. $1040, $940, so that's 100 hit points more. You lose some of the AC, but that's not bad. And then Madura, she has to have leadership, so this makes this one obsolete. That one goes away. Then we have this bad boy here. Holy shit. 2 speed, 2 constitution, inflict stun on and that's a dex based. That's dex based. God bless. I mean, that beats the living shit out of what I have right now. I mean, it's not even close. That would be for Roderick or for Jahan. Jahan already has 2 speed. Jahan actually has a very decent one now. His hit points are 1040. So my hit points here on Roderick are lower. So if I'm going to do that, I would put that on Roderick instead. Okay. And now go question is, can I do this? It's 96. Save this. Can I combine that? Combine that with this? 100. It does. Okay. Okay. Stun on combat. So that makes it even better. The main problem here, not a problem, is that it's dex based and he has strength. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, dex based, I would rather have it on her because she can't get plate gear, but she has a speed chest already. We might switch this to her sometime later on in the game, I think. We pick up something better, but that's badass right there. So that's going to replace this for sure. 100%. That's gone. And I don't believe it's going to be worth doing anything for him or her. Immunity to fear. We need to keep immunity to fear on her, so that makes that one useless. So he's going to pick up this as his primary now. Wow, that's a big piece. As far as the weapon goes, I mean, that 10% chance of crit is just monstrous, but this is a level 20 weapon, so we can't even use it anytime soon. And by the time we get to level 20, we're going to have a better crafted weapon, so there's just no point in having that. Okay. Alright, so that definitely is what we're going to do with that right there. Alright, so let's go back here. Do I have my bartering on still? Bartering? No, I don't. Okay, let's put my bartering stuff on. And what about, there's a boots that we needed to switch up to. Yeah, so if we take the boots here and combine those with 9-inch nails, make them immunity to slipping. I think that's all I can do with it. I don't think I can do anything else with these. I'm pretty sure you can't improve anything other than the chest. So you can use the leather chest, you can use the furnace, or I guess the mobile kitchen, but I don't think that you can improve the plate on that, no. And I don't think you can craft scraps on it. So no, I could put the shadowy essence on it to make it where you get the sneaking. Alright, so this is going to be a massive upgrade. She's got, well, not a massive upgrade, it's actually a small upgrade, but it is a better upgrade as far as the armor class goes, and the movement. Her movement goes up drastically, so that's awesome. I don't know if this is going to be good for her. No, because that's speed. And what's he have on? He has speed. And he's already picked up... He has these boots. So how does that stack up here? Not as good. Okay. So those can go away too. So we'll save that. Head over to here. We're gonna go to... Hey, we got a party animal. We'll go into here, drop off that chest of stuff that I've been holding in Medora's inventory all this time. Then we're gonna have to go to Arhu and the Weaver of Time and buy stuff. I think definitely from the Weaver. So we can come over here. She can't open it, but he can. Okay. Oh, I guess I can't do that. That's interesting. Alright, so we have woolgrass, old stuff here. Jahan's old stuff. Bear daughters. And Dora's gold gear. Okay, so that goes there. Medora. This is a pound. Alright, we can hold on to that. Dice. Okay, let's get... Let's move all these to that. So what I'm going to do when we go through our hotbars after we do the respec, I'm going to change the layout on how I do everything associated with scrolls and arrows and the whole 9 yards. So what I'm doing here is wanting to put this in the most identifiable box possible. So I know exactly where all her scrolls are every time I get in here instead of looking at random bag. And then random bag is here. Let's stick that over here for now. No, let's not stick that over here. Let's just stick that. I guess we'll keep that on her for now. We have a random bag that we can stick on there. Yeah. Okay. And within here, we're going to go ahead and stick these as well. I got to figure out who I'm going to give that speed ring to. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to end this episode now here, pick up the next episode. Next couple of episodes, it's just going to be respecking, going around getting shit ready for respecking. Alright, later guys.